Welcome back to my channel where your favorite stories of karma come from all around the world. I'm your host, and today I have some more stories for you. So let's begin. Our next Reddit post is from the depths of my soul. Back when I lived at home, our HOA Karen called the cops on my apple farm. I think it was 2008, and I was in college. I had just started experimenting with growing fruit trees. And that spring, I planted a couple dozen bare root apple trees in our backyard. These were standard-sized trees, so they would get big. The trees grew well, but they did drop a lot of apples. That was fine because we ate a ton of them and gave the rest away to friends, neighbors, and relatives. Some of the apples fell onto the sidewalk and driveway and rotted there. The HOA president noticed this and sent me a letter warning me that I had 3 days to clean it up, or she would call animal control. Okay, first of all, what does this woman think is going to happen? Animal control is not going to come and clear up the fallen fruit. Second, I have no problem clearing up the mess, but why the 3-day ultimatum? If I hadn't cleared up the mess within 3 days, she was going to call the police and have me cited for littering. That's insane. But then again, it was coming from an insane person. Anyway, I ignored her letter. It's not like I could read it anyway since it was written in Chinese. Oh, wait, no, that's right. I can actually read Chinese. Yeah, it says if you don't pick up those apples within 3 days, I'm gonna call the cops and have you cited for littering. Yeah, I got it the first time. I just didn't feel like complying. The next time I saw her, I just said hi. We exchanged pleasantries and I mentioned how busy I've been. I didn't mention anything about the apples. She didn't either. Apparently, she didn't want to start an argument over nothing. 2 days later, I came home from school to find a cop waiting outside my house. He was nice enough, and he told me the HOA president had complained about the apples. He asked if I had anything to do with these apples, and I said, "What are you talking about?" He asked me again, and I played dumb, pretended I wasn't sure what he was talking about. He told me I was being uncooperative, and I responded, "I'm sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about." At this point, I was smirking like a maniac. I just couldn't help it. The cop got angry and left. Later that week, I received a notice in the mail stating that I had been fined for littering. It was $75. I paid it because it only takes $25 out of my bank account to make my day. So now it's the end of October. I'm out of school for the holiday break, and I've harvested all the apples from my tree. There are none left on the ground. The HOA Karen comes up behind me while I'm raking leaves into a pile. She says, "Good. Now you see how much better the neighborhood looks without those disgusting apples littering the place up." Me, "Oh, good. By the way, you never did tell me which tree was supposed to be cut down." Her, "What?" Me, "You told me to cut down one of my trees last month. Which one was it?" Her, you don't have to cut down any trees. I was just saying that, some of the branches are hanging over the sidewalk and driveway." Me, "Yeah, I know, but you never specified which branches or even which tree. You just said cut down one of your trees. So which one was it?" Her, maybe you should just take down the dead one." Her eyes immediately went wide and her face turned pale. Her, "Wait, you're the arborist who bid on the job, aren't you?" Me, "Huh? What? No, I am not the arborist who bid on the job. I don't even know what arborist job." Her, I thought you were the guy who came by to look at my dad's trees the other day." She turned white as a sheet. Me, "No, that was my brother. He's also the one who gave me the heads up that you were complaining about my apples." Her, no, that must have been someone else. Look, I really need to get going. Nice seeing you again." She scurried off as fast as she could. I watched her go and couldn't help but smile. It was too bad she didn't know that my brother was the owner of the company. If she did, she probably wouldn't have said anything. Ah, karma, I love it. Our next reader post is from Loki. A colleague of mine wanted to hang a picture frame in his office. He nailed the picture hook into the wall. Management found out and came in raging. They said that he needed permission to do this and threatened him with disciplinary action unless he removed it immediately. My colleague refused and went to work for another company. Karma management never hung up their framed certificates or photos, not even their own. Our office looked like a war room. That was our story of karma. And if you like this content, check out my podcast where I publish the exact same episodes. Also, hit that subscribe button because I put out new videos every single day.